Friday, April 16th, we have the moon in Gemini all day. Again, wheels are turning, perspectives are changing. We are curious. We are more open to learning new things. We are very communicative because we're social butterflies under this Gemini influence. And then the moon goes ahead and makes 8 different aspects throughout the day. Some of the most notable is a conjunction with the true node. Now, this is a beautiful thing. The true node has been in Gemini for quite some time. It's on this Gemini-Sagittarius axis, showing us, hey, I did believe in that, but now with new information coming in, I'm kind of changing my perspective. I'm changing my self-limiting beliefs. I'm changing the beliefs that I have, that I've been tied to spiritually or religiously. There's a shift happening over this next year by the fact that the true node being in Gemini wants us to open our minds, to bring in new information, to, share our experiences. And through that, it shifts our perspective. It shifts our beliefs, which of course is the south node in that Sagittarian energy. The true node wants to show us where it is that we need to be aiming for, where it is that destiny is pulling us to. And the true node in Gemini is really been a major contributing factor. We just had Mars conjunct the true node. And now that Mars is moving away from the true node, we're feeling that magnetic effect of now not feeling so pressurized, not feeling so alienated, not so detached from all it is that we're trying to do. And now this boomerang effect is kind of accelerating the energy, really showing us how we can move forward very, very quickly. So the moon conjuncting the true node is emotionally and intuitively saying to us, hey, I think I'm on the right track. Hey, I see this vision moving forward and it feels good, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pursue that because it feels good. The moon will also be trining Saturn. This is a good aspect. A trine is a blending of energies. Saturn, of course, is showing you where it is that you need to shift forward, moving away from old roles and old responsibilities that are outdated, supporting an old belief system, old life cycles, old karmic chapters. Saturn in Aquarian energy wants you to think futuristically. It wants you to see the big picture, how you can improve your current situation, how you can grow past your current situation, and where it is that maybe you need to just trust that what it is that you want to be moving away from will bring you closer to what it is you need to be closer to. Right? We know what it is we want to never experience again. We're running away from a lot of situations that we know we have outgrown. We are just, not growing in at all, not supporting, not encouraging of our soul's growth. But again, many of us are still trying to figure out, okay, well, where is it that I'm trying to run to? And this particular aspect is going to give you a glimpse of that. And even more than that, give you a feeling, really amplifying that earlier feeling of being on the right track, knowing where it is you're going. That's going to be amplified with the moon trining Saturn. The moon will also be making an aspect with Venus. Again, Venus, very comfortable now. She's sitting on her throne in this Tauran energy, taking it low and slow. She's only pouring her energy into relationships of value. She's using skills and talents that she's accumulated. She's recognizing where new worth needs to be created, both within the self-esteem and self-confidence sector, but also in her financial sector as well. She's got new dreams, she's got new goals, and that requires a lot more financial income and stability than what it is she's currently been experiencing. So the moon in Gemini is like, okay, we got to sort through this new perspective here. We have to sort through this new information coming in. We see the perspective forward. We see the path forward. Now, what are we going to do about it? Venus is very deliberate in her actions while she's in Tauran energy. She is not wasting any time, any energy on anything that isn't going to be of long-term value. So this is really going to just amplify for us what is worth our time, who is worth our energy, what it is we want to be doing, of course, trying to manifest this great vision that we now have for ourselves. We have to keep in mind that the moon will be squaring Neptune. The square is a tension point. It's a crisis point. That Neptune energy wants to escape reality. It doesn't want to deal with life. It wants to move into the energy body, into the imagination, grasp a dream, grasp a vision, do the spiritual work, dive into spiritual practices. Why? Because a lot of the elements coming up for us in our physical realms, they don't make logical and practical sense anymore. Sometimes we have to disassociate from our, earthly experience and jump into the energetic body and see what it is that our intuition and the higher source is trying to lead us into. And this is a prime example of that, because we are getting all of these markers and validations that we are on the right track. We are veering off into a different path that is better for us, that will allow us to be our highest self. But then our reality doesn't really make sense. There are little blips and details coming up that says, well, how the hell am I supposed to be living that vision of reality if I have to deal with this bullshit every single day? And that is kind of where the tension comes, where we don't want to deal with that, because we know what we have to do. We have to cut the head off of the snake. We have to sever the cord. We have to take action, create distance and space in between us and anything that is even slightly posing as a block or challenge, preventing us from moving forward. So Mercury will be making an aspect with Saturn, which is going to help us see very clearly where it is that we ourselves are holding ourselves back. This is limiting thoughts. This is relationships that are holding us back. This is a perspective that is blocking us from moving forward. Very focused on all the reasons why we can't. Right? Instead of, jumping into the intuition and the higher self and saying, it doesn't matter all of the reasons why you can't, you're going to do it anyways. Mercury, making this aspect with Saturn is just like, are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to just stay in your egoic critical avatar and just stick to what is old and familiar and just settle with the fact that you're dissatisfied in life? Are you sure you don't want to stay here? And then, of course, we have all of these other elemental energies at play saying, no, you don't want to stay there. You've already done the work to run away from that. Come on, keep running. Don't look back. So we do really feel the energy of, wanting to stay the same. But yet it's crazy to want to stay the same, because you wouldn't be praying for a different reality if you were content with staying the same. And yet we have all this energy pulling us forward, aligning with the true note, aligning with our true destiny of really expressing ourselves, becoming our higher selves, and really just having new experiences to cultivate a new us. So we also have the sun squaring Pluto. So again, the sun is in Aries saying, I want to start fresh. I want a new beginning. I'm taking the lead. I'm taking action. I have new passions. I have new desires. I'm not going to let anything stop me. I'm pushing forward. And then the square is like a tension point, a crisis point. And this Plutonian energy is like, okay, we want you to step forward. We want you to take action. We want you to be your best self. But are you willing to let go of some of the things that cannot support that vision that you want so desperately? So Pluto's like, hey, I have no problem just destroying all the bad shit that you've been holding on to in order for you to progress into this higher version of yourself. But are you willing to let go of it? Are you willing to grieve the old sense of self? Are you willing to see a true final death of the old version of who it is that you had to be in order to get here, in order for you to be reborn into the version of yourself that you need to be to receive the blessings that you have been praying for? Pluto does not mess around. It is about power. It is about control. And that power and control has to start within yourself, having the power and control over your mental plane, the power and control over your heart space, allowing that emotional intelligence just to drip down off of you, being so conscious and so aware of who it is that you have been and what it is that has gotten you, recognizing that that is not the person that you need to be in order to receive all the things that you've been praying for. If you were, you would have them already. So with that being said, it is going to be an intense day because the fire has been ignited within us. There is no stopping us now except for our thoughts, that negative Nancy narrative that creeps in every single time we get brave enough to move past some of the things that have been holding us up. That egoic mind comes in and negative Nancy is all up there saying, are you sure? Are you sure you want to do this? It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. You might not be able to do it. You might fail. Don't listen to her. She doesn't know what she's talking about. You want to listen to your higher self. You want to empower yourself. You want to ride this energetic wave into being who it is that you need to be in order for you to receive all the beautiful blessings that you have been praying for and working your ass off for.